the mark of the beast systems that are being placed right up under our noses. 2000, I was on a corner 2008, 2009 telling people that were working in the stores, the supermarkets. You see all these aisles? Eventually, there will be no people ringing products up. You'll have one person overseeing it all, and everyone will eventually be ringing up their own foods. It's going to be cost effective for the companies, and now they don't have to pay retirements and all this, and the machines will become the new, that's right, tellers. Right? Because I was reading the plans that was rolled out through a lot of these papers I was checking out, with them transitioning into a mark of the beast system. Now, also on the whiteboard, I had this. The true reason, brothers and sisters, why they have satellites around the earth. It's to link everyone into one global system, to be identified from the outside of earth like God views the earth, but on a simpler, lower digital level. Right? I show all this. Like, listen, folks, I knew where this was going. And I showed the satellites around the earth like an atom. When you see those things going around the earth, they're really what? Yeah, that's subliminal programming to get you adjusted to what they're doing. The atom with all those circles around it, it's digital angels watching people. Watching people. Bringing people into the Babylonian plan. The original plan from the beginning. And I'm going to go over some of that today. Global positioning. Oh, you think it's just to get on Google Map and to see certain areas of a house or this, that, and the other? It's way more sinister than that. See, they put it out there so that we can accept no privacy. Digital angels around the earth watching everyone. Watching everyone. Here was the plan. Now, what's the need to be able to track everyone everywhere? Right? Well, we're going to talk about that today in our what? Our lesson, the mark of the beast is coming. The mark of the beast, folks, is coming. First and foremost, we have to destroy the lie that was put out there by the enemy. The beast comes in two forms. The beast comes in as spiritual, and it can also, in scriptures, be identified as what? An empire. Like Daniel had 4 beasts. And which were empires that ruled our people for disobedience. Through disobedience until the time of salvation. Until the time we as a people would get delivered from what? From the trap set by the beast. So first and foremost, we must tear down the ideology and the doctrine concerning the beast, which is taught by the Roman Catholic Church. It's a lie from hell. The beast in the book of Revelation that speaks of bringing forth the mark of the beast is, in fact, the Roman Empire bringing forth a mark from a beast or a spirit, Satan. Okay? And I'm going to break this down, folks. There will be no identifying or trying to figure out an antichrist. That's a alive from the pits of hell. A total misdirection, folks, a total deflection from the true understanding of the Bible. And while you're looking for one man to set all this up, everything that I've been talking about and what the Most High have shown since the early 2000s is being placed right here in law without one man being identified as the Antichrist. So we're going to put that to bed first. Okay. Elder Lawyer, let's go into 1 John where it talks about there's many antichrists. How does one identify an antichrist according to the Bible? Stop listening to Catholic ideology, folks. They set up theologian schools to deflect, to misdirect. And they have our people, highly educated, intelligent people, going into these universities to be indoctrinated with a destruction ideology. And now these people have what? They have the education and the intellect to be able to convey eloquently the evil lies that are taught to them in the theologian schools. Let's read it real quick, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse number 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as you have heard, that Antichrist shall come.
You heard that the Antichrist shall come. Now, didn't we hear that coming up in church? That the Antichrist would come? So now, in the book of 1 John, it's going to actually highlight how to view the Antichrist. Is it one man? Is it one person we should be looking for? Read.
Even now, are there many antichrists?
Even now, there are what?
Many antichrists.
There are many antichrists. Read.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
Whereby we know that it is the last time. Come on, Elder Lawyer.
Jumping down to verse 22. Who is a liar? But he that denieth that Yeshua is the Christ. He is Antichrist, that denieth the Father and the Son.
So that's what an Antichrist is. One who denies the Father and the Son. Starting with the Roman Empire and the Roman government, who would eventually hijack the story of Christ and Mary and Joseph and the people in the Bible, only to replace it with the doctrine of Mithraism, ancient Babylonian teachings from Babylon that was Mithraism during the time of Rome. So the whole empire and the ideology of the religion they teach today under the guise of Christianity is Antichrist. Because they deny the truth of Christ, Mary, Joseph, Israelites, Christ himself. And that's one example. Another example is people outright who deny Christ. You have people now questioning whether or not Christ ever existed, whether or not the Israelites ever existed. That's Antichrist doctrine. That's Antichrist ideology, right? Now, Elder Lawyer, let's go to Romans where it talks about the mystery of iniquity. Yeah, 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7, because Paul even said it. Stop listening to these Christian doctrines that's talking about an Antichrist. It's just some guy somewhere, probably a Jesuit or an apologetic or something, that's trying to sell a personal book, bringing their own philosophy or ideology on the Bible. They're straight philosophers. Let's read it.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work.
For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Read.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Only he who let will let him do it. And who's that? The Most High. Until he take this spirit, what?
Out of the way.
Out of the way. Now, mind you, Paul said the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. So what empire were pressuring or persecuting the church and the Israelites during Paul's and Christ's time? The Roman Empire. So what we're looking for prophetically is what? A boogeyman, a ghost that they're teaching in Christianity. That they know doesn't exist the way they're teaching it. Misdirection. When Paul said, the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. King James himself called the Pope an antichrist. See, and this is why the Roman Empire or the Christians and all that, they allow King James' name to be smeared. They allow outright for anyone to degrade or throw shade on King James, because they know King James was from Judah. He was a black man, and I have that proof. He wasn't a homosexual. He was married. He had about 9 children. He had many children. He understood many languages. Right? So he even point out, listen, stop looking for one man. It's an empire. It's a Babylonian ideology that's pushed by Satan himself. So let's get it clear. Who's really in charge? Who's really controlling governments as well as religion? You got it. Satan himself. Satan himself. One moment here. Elder Lawyer, let's go to the Tower of Babel.